Okay, welcome again to Genie World. I'm John Nelson, and the exercise we're going to do for you today using the Spark software, which is brilliant software for our touchscreen and interactive whiteboards. The title is Vanishing Point. This is a simple look at perspective and might be part of an art lesson, for instance. Now, what you see here is the resources we have on the website. If I just enlarge that, that's an aid memoir or something you might want to share or use to repeat this session for training. That's downloadable from the website. Also in the folder, there's an image of bricks which I'm going to use. Again, simple, it was just downloaded from the web, just a pattern that you can get from anywhere, but it's there if you want to repeat it, just to make life easy. So what I'm going to do now is open up my Spark software. So let's just wait for that to open. Okay, there we are. We're on the Spark software. Right. If you've seen other webinars already, you may have covered one or two of the techniques already in different contexts. But again, this is perhaps changing the way you use it, and the more you use it, the more you remember. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the background of the slide. So if I go to slide, now I've already covered things like background images, but background color is just above it. I'm going to click on black, and then we have a dramatic background for what we're going to draw. The tool I'm going to be using a lot of is the IntelliPen. So first of all, I'm going to click on there, going to check the color, it's on red, so that's good, and we're on a medium thickness. Now the IntelliPen, if you draw a simple shape, triangles, circles, squares, lines, arrows, it should recognize it and snap it into shape. So we'll see how good my drawing is. Well, it's been very intelligent there, spotted that's a square or rectangle. I also need a triangle for this exercise. There we are, that's done very well there to recognize my drawing. I'm going to go back to select. Now these are images, so if I click on the image, we've got the four toggles. Top left is for maneuvering it around my page. I've got rotate top right. I've got resize here, so I can make that bigger or smaller. And I've got my menu here. I've also got these green toggles, which I can just move the shape around the corners. So I'm going back to my triangle. I want to move that down because what I'm trying to create here is the gable end of a house. So I want that to fit. So just slide that into place. Let's have the apex in the middle. So there's my end of terrace house. So I'm quite happy with that. Now we've got two separate shapes there. What I'm going to do here, still on select, I'm going to lasso them both, and that means it treats it as one for now. So I'm going to go down to menu. I want to make another of those shapes, so I'm simply going to clone that. So if I click on clone, there I've got a repeat of that. It actually separates into the two shapes again. So I'm just going to move this across, because the idea is let me just pick that up, move that across. Just going to lasso those two again, just to move it up there. I think that's pretty well lined up. So the idea is of a vanishing point is to turn a 2D into a 3D sort of picture. So somewhere around there is the other end of the street in the distance. Go back to IntelliPen. I'm just going to check. I'm still on red to match up, and I'm on the medium thickness, so that's fine. So here's the top of the house, the apex. I want to join it to the vanishing point, which I'm going to place about there. Again, I can always click on these and maneuver them around. Go to the other side of the street, same thing. So there's the start of our perspective. Go down to the guttering, I suppose. Whoops. It's not bad. IntelliPens pick that up, and then do the same the other side. And for a very wobbly line, it's done well there. And just the base of the house. Whoops. Wow, that has interpreted that very well. You can just see how bad my drawing is. but the IntelliPen has saved me. So those are the ends of the house. There's the street going up the middle into the distance. Now, what I'm going to use just to finish off this simple exercise is Texture Pen. So if I click on here, now there is a palette, which the one that looks like a stripy box says texture. If I click on there, I've got a range of patterns. So if I click on, let's go for the sort of rainbow pattern. We have a rainbow above the end of the street, not a brilliant rainbow, but you can see the effect. So it gives a sort of line with effect. But what I want is bricks for the end of this house. So it makes it look like a brick-built terrace. So if I go back to my texture, I haven't got any bricks there, but if I click on others, if you remember, I mentioned the image that I placed in the folder. So if I click on there, open, and now this is a test of my coloring in, I think I'll go for a thicker pen just to make it quicker. So thick pen, as I start to color, whoops, I've gone over a line there, so not very good at all. But I'm just showing the effect. This would actually be a lot easier if I was at the board for the moment. I'm working on my laptop. House looks like the wall's bulging a bit there. Let's just go in. And again, I think I'm a very low level for coloring in, but it's to show the effect. There, I'm going to stop there. I think that's the best I can do. So just to recap what we've done, we've changed the background color. We've used the IntelliPen to create shapes and lines. We've used the Texture Pen to add a bit of texture to our picture. So a very simple exercise, simple techniques, but quite useful. I hope that's you've enjoyed that and something you can perhaps put into different lessons or different activities. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to stop that there, and that was Vanishing Point. Thank you.